On the morning of December 8th, in the year of 2020, I lost my best friend. Apollo was 11.5 years old when he decided to up and die on me. I suppose he thought he led a great life and had experienced all that life had to offer. And although I disagreed with him, my love for him was stronger than that of my selfish needs, so I granted him that very last wish. It has taken me all this time to put this into words because I have been so heartbroken. I miss him every day, and when someone tells you that it gets better in time, don't believe them. What time does allow is to adjust to the loss. Time has allowed me not to look for him when I walk through the door after a long day at work. And I hope time allows me to remember all those precious times we've spent together, and perhaps time will allow me to shed less tears. But I know what time won't allow me, and that is the incredible void I now have in my heart. When Apollo died, he took the better piece of my heart with him. The piece that laughed so hard when he would steal the TV remote control because that is how he asked me for a cookie. Or, when anyone would walk through the door, he would grab his favorite toy as if he was saying, here is my favorite toy, I'm so happy to see you and I'd like to share it with you. Not to say Apollo didn't bring me heartache as well. One day a few summers ago, his love of the water preceded his thinking. He jumped into the inlet and began being carried out into the ocean by the currents. He was enjoying himself tremendously as I watched in horror from the beach. He was swirling around and had the biggest smile on his face. Thank God for quick thinking as I started walking parallel to the shoreline away from him. And of course he swam to follow me. As I caught my breath and looked down at him, he was so darn proud of himself. Apollo has brought me the most prideful moments of my life as well. On a March winter's day, Apollo, with the help of Julie Wiseman, became known as Champion Sky Cove's Fire and Light. That night as we laid in the hotel room, the sudden knocking at the door could only mean one thing. As promised, Outback Steakhouse had one fat juicy steak, medium rare of course, and it was being delivered, just for him. I was so proud of him, that if he asked me for a second one, I would have obliged. Apollo became a daddy twice, and with the right pairing of his two wives produced beautiful, even-tempered puppies. These puppies, now all adults, help me to remember the good, and I find comfort knowing his bloodlines continue. I can remember, I often talked to Apollo and found myself at times telling him, buddy, I don't know what the end will look like for the both of us, but too sure hope it's fast and painless. That last wish was granted to me by my best friend, and I'll always be grateful to him. These days I pray that it's not how Apollo died or even why he died that I remember most, but how he lived. How he taught me about love and friendship, and that true love never dies. So when I die, and I too have led the life I always wanted, my last will and testament will stipulate that I'm to be buried wearing jeans. And in the front pockets of those jeans, my executor will place cookies. I so want to be prepared to greet my best friend again, and I don't want to show up empty-handed. Rest in peace, my best friend. It won't be too much longer until we meet again. And until then, I love you and miss you more than I could ever imagined.